Hello everyone and welcome to Howard University Bookstore. Today we'll be discussing sex, relationships, and HIV in the Black community with the lovely authors Carl Roberts and Styliz Ortiz. Carl Roberts is the author of Good Men Do Cheat, and Styliz Ortiz is the author of Pretty Boy with a House in Virginia. I apologize. Pretty Boy with a House in Virginia. And I'm going to let you guys briefly discuss what your book is about.
But my book basically breaks down the when, how, why a man would cheat. A lot of women are not aware on how men would cheat. They just assume it's a physical thing. There's a lot more to do with the mental side of the game too. And the book just breaks down every single part of a cheating man. And it's based on conversations that I had with multiple men over many years.
And my name is Styliz Ortiz, and my book is Pretty Boy with a House in Virginia. It actually runs down my promiscuous lifestyle and a lot of tragic deaths that I've been through, which made me become more promiscuous and living living with the tragic deaths. I also became in lust instead of in love with my partner, and my partner who had HIV, who never told me that he had HIV, so I contracted HIV.
So two of the main questions that I have for you guys is the topic, the actual title of your book. Pretty Boy with the House of Virginia is a very interesting title. How did you come up with that? That was a very clever acronym to use.
Pretty Boy with the House in Virginia actually came about with me and Tiana Smalls. We were discussing the book, and she was asking me about my what the book entailed. And I told her that it was me living a promiscuous lifestyle and that I had HIV. And she said, okay, well, you know what, you're a pretty boy. Let's make the acronym House in Virginia so we could just throw people off a little bit. And that's where the Pretty Boy with the House in Virginia came from.
And my book title, as crazy as it sounds, it came from my mother years ago when she was getting remarried. Someone told her that my father was there, and she got excited. So I was walking her in the aisle, and I turned to her and said, "Mom, you know, are you comfortable with Dad being here?" She said, "Of course, Carl. Your father's a good man. He just happened to cheat." And it just popped in my head right there. Good men do cheat, because my father never dropped the ball after he left. He was actually a greater father to us after my mother.
Just to piggyback off of what you just said, you said that it came from your father and him cheating, and your mother was okay with that incident. Do you feel that infidelity is ever justified, or cheating is ever justified? And if you do feel that way, when do you feel that it's okay?
Me personally, I don't think it's ever okay, but to each his own. A lot of women feel like it's justified if they need something from the person that they're with. You know, when you get cheated on and you realize that you don't need anything from this person, then it's not justified. So that's most of the time when people walk away. Most of the time when women stay is because there's something that they still need from that person, whether it's the love, the financial things, whatever. There's a lot of things that just women justify cheating with and decide to stay. So I honestly say to each his own. Me personally, I wouldn't stay, but most women do. The crazy thing is, a lot of women know that they're getting cheated on, and they still rather deal with the hurt of staying than dealing with the pain to leave.
Low self-esteem.
And to ask you, you said that the book is basically about the promiscuous life that you were living and the lessons that you learned. How do you feel that cheating plays into the promiscuous life that you learned? What lessons have you learned with cheating and being promiscuous in the life that you live?
Well, in the gay community, there's a lot of cheating going on. I'm a homosexual man. My partner, who I contracted HIV, he had it a year prior to when we was going out. After I found out, he was actually still messing with his ex. So cheating, it's just something that happens daily. Like, you have to be real careful. You have to protect yourself, because even though I lived a promiscuous lifestyle, I still felt that I don't know, I was so much in lust and in love that it wasn't working out for me. So cheating was my best interest. Like, it was the next right-hand man for me. It wasn't, I need to stay with this one person. I need to be with multiple people at this time, because I needed to heal the pain that I was feeling from all the tragic deaths that I went through. So it's a lot of things that entail to make this book great, I guess.
Now, Carl, my question for you is the title of the book, Women Do Cheat. When women read the title, we automatically think, like, you're proving us right, because a lot of women say, oh, good men don't cheat, there are a lot of good men in the world in the Black community. So when you get responses coming in, it's like maybe attacking your book, saying, okay, so good men do cheat. How do you justify that? How do you
the funny thing about the title is most women who see the title, they run from it because they automatically say that the title is a contradiction. And those same women that say they will never touch a book like this, after reading, come back and apologize because the information that's in the book. This book is a great conversation by multiple men. So when I say this book is fact, it's not a story of my life. It's a story of so many men and women and their stories and the reason why they did certain things. In order for you to learn, you have to read. You know, if you're going to be scared of a title and not even open the book, to me it shows that there's something going on in your life. A title will never scare me from a book. You know, I would really want to dive into a book, especially if I read a book called Good Men, Women Do Cheat, and if I feel like I have a good woman, I need to find out if she's cheating.
At Howard here, we are all college students, so that comes with something that you said. You live promiscuous lifestyles, not everyone, but some people live promiscuous lifestyles, and some people feel like cheating is justified because the ratio at Howard University is 7-1. There's a lot of women that come here and very few men. So what advice would you give to both of you, young men? What advice would you give to the ladies at Howard University because of the ratio in both in relation to promiscuous living and cheating?
The advice I would give, if the ratio is 7-1, go look for other men in different colleges. Or be here and do what you're supposed to be here for, 4 years of education, and don't worry about guys. A lot of women get caught up in guys, and you can lose a lot of years of your self-worth, and it's just you because you're caught up in a guy. I know so many women who came to school and graduated 8 years later because they was in a shitty relationship for so many years. You know, and then, you know, they're 30 years old looking like they're 40, and it's based on the relationships, the horrible relationships they've been in, and they was with guys from when they was 18. I would tell my daughter, don't worry about a guy, they're never going to leave. It's like air, we will always be there. You know, focus on what you're here for, and that's your education. Especially if it's 7-1, that means you're fighting 6 of your homegirls.
Yes, honey.
I want you guys to protect yourself. I don't want you to be in an abortion clinic because I got to get an abortion because y'all don't want to be pregnant, y'all want to finish school. I want y'all to be sitting at the HIV clinic like I do every month or every 3 months. You understand?
And tell them about that experience of going to the HIV clinic. I don't think they know. Don't tell them too much. They got my book, but.
But the HIV clinic at the beginning for me was like, oh brother, I gotta come here, and you know, I didn't like the community. I didn't like the way it was. I didn't like me having to sit there and get blood work drawn every 3 to 2 months, you know, so they can make sure that my levels are okay. And yes, I am healthy, and the virus is undetectable, but still, it's just the constant doctor visits. Yeah, everybody else goes to the doctor every 6 months. Me, I have to go every month, every 2 months. It depends. It depends on how my blood work comes back. But I refuse to let you guys go out and step in my footsteps. So take these condoms. While I can, you know? And if y'all can't, they need to have condoms in the bookstore because y'all here all the time studying. Like y'all on campus, this is your home. Y'all need to protect yourselves. Y'all can't listen to them dudes. Them dudes is lying. I'm lying sometimes. You know, like when I'm with a shorty, like, it's just like, you have to be honest with yourself. And if you're honest with yourself, they will be honest with you sometimes. I'm not going to say all the time, but most of the majority of the time, you have to be honest with yourself.
And you just kind of sparked off something to me with like how you offered the condoms and really how well, first off, Joseph Reeves, I'm a junior political science major, African studies minor, originally from South Jamaica, Queens, New York.
Okay.
Yeah, if you learn nothing else at Howard, you learn how to introduce yourself in a room full of people. But almost like for me, I feel like as a society, and I definitely see it here at Howard, I feel like we're a society of sexual schizophrenics. Because on one side, like, we're inundated with sex, and sex is everywhere we go, but then at the same time, it's like we're taught to have all this shame and all this guilt around sex where we can't talk about sex in like mature ways. To where I would have to say that condom access isn't what it should be on this campus. As far as you know, I mean, there are certain organizations and certain places you can go, but like there should be condoms at the front desk of, you know, every dormitory. If you're an RA, you should have a reasonable amount of condoms, you know, for your floor. But it's like we know it's happening, but we don't want to talk about it.
Men cheat, and in your opinion, what do you feel is the main reason that men cheat?
In my opinion, the main reason why men cheat, because they can get away with it. Women accept it. They don't feel that they're going to get caught. They don't really care about the circumstances of being caught, because getting caught is when you start to realize you're in trouble. Doing the act, we don't think about it. You know, so that's the main reason, but there's so many different reasons why men cheat. So many reasons that women don't even understand or wouldn't even know. A lot of men cheat because of their insecurities. You know, they feel they shouldn't even be with the person that they're with. You know, so to conquer something, because men are conquerors, if we can't be the type of men that we should be with this person, instead of taking the easy route and breaking up with that person, they'll go cheat to feel that they're conquering something. And that's fulfillment for them. A lot of men cheat because of egos, other men. Oh, you're a bigger man than me because you have more women. So in order for me to be a bigger man than you, I'm going to have more women than you, even though I have a main girlfriend. You know, a lot of men cheat because of their lack of success. You know, they need something to fulfill themselves with. And if their accomplishments and goals are failing, women are something that they can feel like they conquer. You know, so there's so many different reasons why men cheat. And it constantly grows. And the biggest reason to me is because they feel like they can get away with it. We don't think about the consequence until we're caught.
Well, like her and the guy, they didn't really start off as friends. They started off like on a date and just took him from there. And like they're on school like 2 different coasts. But like when she went back home, like he got a girlfriend, but he didn't tell her till after they, you know, did it again. And so then like.
Did she use protection?
Yeah. But at the same time, like she knows like messing around with him isn't right, even though they have like a connection. But like she still wants to be friends. But it's like he still brings like it'll be friends for the first like couple of
She needs to cut
hours.
that sexual thing out.
I wrote a blog called Single Shit, and it's basically talking about women who are in relationships, but they're really not. And that's what it seems like is with her. Like she thinks she's in a relationship with this guy, but he's not in a relationship with her. So when he comes around, that's his way of showing her that I want to be with her. But he really doesn't, because if he did, he wouldn't have a girlfriend when she went home. And that should have been her sign right there. That's a red flag. I'm not coming home to you and you're with someone else, and I'm gonna stay with you.
Is he still with that other girl?
Yeah.
Oh, so then.
But they like still talk. So that's what I was saying. Like, should she actually just tell her to just
Yeah, she
not
just
be
needs
even
to
be
find
friends with
herself.
him, or like?
She needs to evaluate herself. Yeah, like that's not. She doesn't have the utmost respect for herself.
Do you feel that love and cheating can coincide with each other? And if so, how can you really call that love?
Of course they can coincide. There's a lot of people who cheat but they're in love. They say it's a mistake or miscommunication. Maybe your relationship hit a rocky point where you thought you was going to break up, cheated, and then realized that this is not what you wanted. And, you know, I have a friend of mine who cheated on his girlfriend, realized that he was wrong for doing it, realized that he really was in love with this person, and he told her that he cheated. She stayed with him for a few years. The relationship got more rocky because she wasn't able to deal with it, and they broke up. You know, and that set him apart from cheating ever again. You know, but to this day, he still says that he loved that woman, and it was just a complete mistake based on that miscommunication. You know, they was going back and forth with breaking up, not being together, staying together, all types of things where he thought that it was over, but it really wasn't. He wasn't really communicating with her on what they was going to do, stay together or be apart. So he took it upon himself to move on when it really wasn't finished. So yeah, it can coincide. You can love someone and still unfortunately cheat on them based on what's going on in your relationship. Now if your relationship is great and everything is perfect and this person cheats on you, he loves himself more than he loves you. He may love you, but he loves himself more. You gotta look at it like this too. A lot of men, younger men, they're not chasing the quality women because they're not a quality man.
They're not a man yet.
They're not a man. They know what it takes to be with a person of quality, and they're not that in themselves.